So I actually live in a neighborhood with an HOA. It says that I can't do all these things that I like to do. Like I can't have bees over there, I can't have my chickens over there. But yet I have 17 bee colonies at last count and 18 laying hens and run meat chickens. And so here's how I do that. So I live in a town that not all that long ago was farmland and whatnot, and it's just becoming subdivisions and so forth. And my veterinarian lives on, or not lives on, but her office is on 9 acres, and she doesn't do anything with it. And so I just walked into her office one day and said, hey, could I have chickens on your land? And bees, could I have bees on your land? And so she thought about it, and she asked some people and whatnot, and then she called me a couple days later and said, sure, you can have chickens and bees on my land. And so I do. So I just have my chickens out here, and she let me make a garden, and she pretty much lets me do whatever I want to do out here. I think she's just happy for it to be used. One of the things that I do out here is I set swarm traps for bees. This year I've had 2 swarm traps out here, and I've been checking them diligently, but when I went to go check it today, look what I found. Fortunately for me, it's only 5 minutes away from my house, so I'm over here at least every day taking care of the chickens. Now when we very first started, she actually let me put my beehives out here on her land. But as my apiary grew, the houses around her land did not have a sense of humor about my bees being here. If you're a beekeeper, you know that if someone can see your hives and they see a flying insect, that is a bee and it belongs to you and it is your problem. So I, after that, found some land way out of town, not around any houses, and I moved my bees there. I got 16 out of 18 again today. Pretty much, I'm the oldest chickens. I'm getting 4 out of 6, and everyone else is laying solid right now. The latest thing the vet okayed me putting on her land is this pasture garden. Now, I have raised gardens over at my house, but I wanted more growing space, and so we tilled this up months ago. We put a tarp over it, and then we got a truckload of compost, and we made rows and in betweens, paths, rows and paths, and so it's all planted. It's been very interesting to see the differences between what happens here versus what happens just not even a mile that way in my backyard. I think as far as critters like bunnies, my dogs in my backyard tend to thwart them, although they're not out there all the time. The dogs aren't. Also, my raised beds are raised, so that's a little bit of a deterrent. But can you see those things that looks like something dug in there? So I don't know. Anyway, everything's a learning experience, right?